Hello everybody, my name is Michael, and let us continue this playthrough of Dark Souls 2. I am here in the Grand Cathedral of Lois, about to pop over and try to defeat the boss of this area, the King of Lois, who was lost to the chaos. I also forgot to get this earlier. I believe this is maybe sort of a magey kind of shield. Not sure what it's called though. Vessel shield. I remember this being really heavy, despite it being small. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's 7 pounds. You need 17 decks to use it. It looks kind of neat, though. I like that. It's got this red, glowing thing in the middle. I think that looks pretty cool. But anyway, let us continue into this area, where we will be engaging the king. Now this is a very unique boss fight, because technically the boss is a giant armored dude. He's the king. And he fights in much the same way as all the others do. However, he very uniquely has sort of a battle sequence before we go off and fight him. He, when we run off to take him down, he is, well, what we have to do is I'm going to try to summon in a couple people, just the NPCs. I don't think I can summon Lucatiel, because I did kill her, tragically. So, yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate. LaFat Turd, very nice, very nice. Fantastic. I think she would be about here if I had not made a mistake and hurt her. But anyway, you could summon her in too. And Twiggy Shay up there, the guy with the great bow. And, Oxygen. But remember, we have saved the 4 Knights of Lois, and these knights will join us down there through that door in the battle, because we are going to be attacked before the king comes out by a horde of evil Lois knights who are spawning from portals just inside the boss room down there. And gradually, as we fight, these Lois Knights will seal the portals up. I believe there are 3 of them, leaving, if the Knights survive, 1 to fight the final boss, the king, along with us. It's sort of like Dynasty Warrior Souls in there. It's kind of weird. It really feels like a battle, not the one-on-one dueling, because it can get very frenetic, it can get very hectic. There are so many people running around in there fighting, and it can get very confusing and very difficult to move around in there. You're always going to have to worry about being attacked. The Knights of the Lamb Lois, we saw them before. They have the weird kind of weird helmets on their heads. That's a common theme in the Souls games. Can you see them down there? Well, not too good. I don't want to start them jumping down just yet, but we're going to have to go through that fog door and jump in that pit. In this fight, there are knights with swords, there are knights with axes, there are knights, I think, with halberds, and the most annoying is a pyromancer knight. And these pyromancies are really tough. I mean, these are good damn pyromancies, especially one called Fire Snake, which I don't believe I demonstrated in a previous episode in the Broom Tower, where I think you can get it. But it essentially sends a like a tongue of fire out in a long direction that sort of dances around and snakes towards you. Is it Fire Snake or is it Fire Dance? What is it called? If I have it here. Fire Snake, that's probably it. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Or is it Dance of Fire? Maybe it's Dance of Fire, but it extends out in this kind of coil of flame that sort of follows you around. And the fact that they're going to be spamming that while you're trying to run away from either run away from that or fight the knights around you is very confusing and very difficult. And this big battle can go south very quickly. So you just have to be aware of what's going on to be very careful. Hopefully, we're going to be able to get to the end of this with our equipment breaking, because it takes quite a long time to do this battle. But we are going to make an attempt at that right now. Twiggy Shay is the guy with the bell on his head. He really is a bell end. And he has a great bow for some reason. He's just kind of joke. Parker the Stand? It sounds like a player, not an NPC. I just want the NPC. Come on. And it's going to be him plus the 4 of them plus me. So, I mean, 6 guys versus a bunch of knights. And these Knights of the Lamb Lois have a fair amount of health. And it seems to be magnified in a way, that this health that they have. See, you have all these guys here. Although we don't get a Pyromancer, irritatingly. They went from where we rescued them to these chairs and are waiting here for us. Let's drop down here. This is pretty cool. I'm going to try to keep it at a horizontal angle so we can see the swirl of lava. See that? Yeah, there we go. That giant, never-ending pit of lava. This is what the old chaos is. And there are 3 portals with these guys in it. Fortunately, I can pancake these guys with this. But see the fire one there? Uses great combustion, fireball, but really what you got to worry about is the dance thing. And you always have to worry about enemies that are coming around where you can't quite see them. You know, you're dealing with one guy while another guy is fighting, which is a pretty common thing in the Souls games. I'm not exactly sure, by the way, if you can parry these guys or even backstab them. Maybe it's just, I mean, I've tried many times, but maybe it's just that you can't get to the right moment where you can do it. It's pretty darn tough. I haven't really been able to do it, to backstab these guys. I think it's just best to try to attack them. See, that's the fire snake there. And this is kind of fun because it's so unique, you know? It feels so different from what we've become accustomed to in the Souls games. Although it is, again, just kind of cheap in a way, depending on how you want to look at it, because they just filled a room with a ton of armored guys. You know, they're not even weird monsters, they're just, oh boy, this guy's coming close to me. I think it's better, though, if they come close to you, because that means you can get your hands on them. Killed? Yes, I believe so. And you'll notice that one of those back there has been encased in ice. That means it has been sealed by one of the Knights of the Lamb Lois, one of the good ones fighting for you, and he disappears after he seals it. It might actually be a good thing to stay over here because you can get them to sort of come over here into this smaller area, and gives you a bit of an advantage because the other bad guys kind of have to run over here in order to get towards it. It's very easy to die in this one. That guy's going after me with the fire snake. Damn it! Oh, it gave me a little breathing room there. That's nice. Oh boy, these guys annoy me. They also drop their armor set. It's not especially good. I mean, it's kind of a meh. It's sort of melted. Now, the Great Chaos, the original Chaos Flame, was something involving the Witches of Izalith in the original game, one of the lords, the non-human creatures that we had to fight. I mean, I don't want to say creatures, they're very humanoid, even though they're not technically humans. I think the king is going to be coming in a second, because our friend over there, yep, so we have, oh, Twiggy Shay survived, good. Now this is the actual fight against the boss. And this guy is pretty damn tough. But only because he's fast. And he's coming out of there in a second. Occasionally, by the way, one of these doors can be left open. You know, it's not automatic. You can have Lois Knights spawning from one of the open ones because this guy isn't doing his fucking job and not killing them. This is something that he's so fast you really just have to roll through it. And he has a big range. And his weapon there, he can buff and do some crystal, more like energy damage, sort of like a lightsaber. That's sort of like what the sword that you get for defeating Ava, with Ava's soul, you can get. Whoop. That was a mistake. Ooh. I kind of nicked him at the end there. It's good that we have these guys survived, and I've noticed that in New Game Plus, these guys tend to not survive to the end with the boss. Either the Lois Knights or the boss himself. Ooh, really screwing up here. Yep, he's doing his buff. Now the weapon has a crazy range. And you really just have to just go with your gut and roll. Just roll through it, bro. Even if it looks like, that can't quite touch me. Yeah, it can touch you, okay? It can reach you. It's sort of like the Fume Knight's sword. Oh, God. This is super slow. And he is very fast. Very fast. I think you can... I'm trying to think what you can make with the King's Soul. I mean, I'm assuming it's that. Fuck me. Come on, guys. Help. Very close there. Alrighty. You've been a real help, Twiggy. Again, the dumbest names. And don't get me wrong, in the original Dark Souls they gave the characters dumb names too. Like there was actually a guy named Paladin Leroy. Just like Leroy Jenkins from World of Warcraft. But that seemed to be a bit funnier than naming a character Twiggy Shay. I mean, it reminds me of that model Twiggy. Fuck. Burnt Ivory King. Okay, thank the Lord. Oh, I think we lost a Knight of Lois. There we go. Like that, I had to start rolling really early. I didn't even really, Oh! It's flipping? Got the ninja flip ring, bro? Come on now. Don't be flipping. Oh, come on. Oh, that had to hit. Come on. Yes, there we go. That's better. I rolled really early there, and it worked out. This is an attack I'm surprised he hasn't done yet. It doesn't take a lot to avoid it, though. You can kind of see it coming, and you can run away pretty quickly. Yeah, he's baiting me. Shit. Fuck. Fuck! God damn it!
I was one hit away from winning. Alright.
Oh, God. Alright. Well, it's time to go back and do that thing again. Originally, though, I actually just ran in and tried to fight him several times when I just had one knight with me, and that was a big mistake. I think if I had Lucatiel with me, and had not so callously murdered her in order to get her equipment, I'd be doing a lot better here. Well, I've been looking up a bit about the Ivory King, and it says that he was the once kind king who cast himself into the chaos for Alsana, his beloved child of dark. I mean, I thought it's kind of weird that they're calling his wife a child of dark. I hope he didn't refer to her as that. That's a bit odd. But anyway, the once kind king, why did he cast himself into the chaos? I don't quite understand that. That is kind of confusing to me. Did he intentional? I mean, how did the chaos come back? I assume that he brought it back somehow. And it says cast himself into the chaos for Alsana. Is he keeping the chaos at bay? Was the chaos hostile to Alsana? Or was she trying to bring it back? Because I don't think she would. But, I mean, that's very, very peculiar. Just gotta head down here and, I don't even know why I'm bringing the shield along, to be honest. I mean, it's just not all that useful. They really did nerf shields in this game, and I hate that. I do like that you can jump down here. That looks pretty cool. We never really got to see the heart of the old chaos like this last time because it, I mean, we did get to see Lost Izalith, which was sort of a lava-filled city. But that city, by the way, looked a lot cooler than a lot of the stuff here, because it looked like a sort of South Indian, almost Dravidian style of city. That was very unique, unlike the Western city here, which still looks good, but is less interesting. I wonder how much time you have to spend poring over architecture manuals and books about buildings in order to be a designer for one of these games. I mean, I think that would be the prerequisite to know a lot about ancient buildings and how to look them up. I think Twiggy Shay there has an estoc or a rapier. That's kind of neat. That you can get close, you can give him the old thrusting sword, but I don't think those hammers that the guys have are anything we can get. They look a lot like charred Lois versions of hammers, of the Drakekeeper hammers, which are pretty crummy. I haven't actually shown that because I never got one as a drop. It's a pretty shitty weapon. It doesn't look cool. Although Mauls, finally, 4 games into the series, are going to be making an appearance in Bloodborne, and I do consider Bloodborne to be part, sort of the same series. I mean, I know that it's not linked to Dark Souls or Dark Souls 2, of course. However, it is thematically very similar, and the gameplay is generally pretty similar. I don't, those the axes those guys have look like the old knight halberds. I'm pretty sure that's what those things are that they're using there. These guys have so much damn health. I mean, for goodness sake. And they have shields. The Pyromancers really need shields. Come on now. Wouldn't it be better if this was just a monster that spat fire out? Why could it not be... Oh well. But anyway. Okay, the king's coming back. And as you'll notice, I wanted to make sure to show this. Celia wasn't kidding. See that thing? That's still open, and there could still be Lois Knights coming out of it, I think. In fact, I'm kind of surprised one hasn't. He might be waiting for the king to arrive, which would piss me off pretty royally if that was the case. He's waiting for the king to get here. Come on. Huh. Yeah. That is another Knight of Lois. Oh, and he's a pyro guy. That is such bullcrap. I guess the pyro guys do have a little bit less health. That might be something that we can be thankful for. Actually, is there another? Oh no, that's just the king. Okay. Fuck. Maybe I need to come back in here with a faster weapon. Just not nailing the hits. I've switched over to the Havel's shield. As you noticed before, my shield is not exactly doing much. Although Havel's fucking shield is not... Shields are shit in this game. Come on. Really? Havel's shield +3 is not doing much against this boss? Are you fucking kidding me? With his light little laser weapon thing? Come on. It's got like 90% magic defense. If that is indeed magic damage, which I imagine it is. Haha, staggered. Maybe those great arrows from Twiggy really are doing something. I don't know. But he can essentially whittle away the stamina of Havel's shield with 2 hits. That's bullcrap. 2 hits. I mean, I know that my stamina is shit. It's not great. And I should have it higher. But still, come on now. 2 hits? I shouldn't have had to roll through that. I shouldn't have had to. You hear me? Wonder what the king was doing with the old chaos here. I don't quite remember hearing about this from, like, Vadividya or something. I would be interested in knowing. Fucking hell. I should have just assumed that he could hit me with that. Come on, even unmagicked up, he can still get through, like, 70% of my oh, fuck you. 70% of my stamina with Havel's shield? This is literally carved out of a boulder. This shield. Carved from a fucking boulder. At least I'm rolling okay. Oh, you bastard. God damn it. And this little prick is ninja flipping. As if I didn't hate him enough. And we don't actually fight the king of the other areas. I mean, I guess we do fight the old Iron King. We don't fight him in the DLC. We fight his knights. Just like we fight, yes! USA! USA! Just like we fight some, knights in, what is it called? Sunken Crown. I'm sorry, I got distracted there. Crown of the Ivory King. And now that we have all the crowns, we will be going to meet with good old-fashioned King Vendrick, who is available to us immediately after I think we get the Ashen Mist Heart, but I prefer to wait to get all of the crowns to go speak to him, to do it all at once. Is this here? Impossible. Yeah, I mean, what exactly is going on here? I need a refresher course in Dark Souls 1 to remember what the old chaos is exactly. Now, I know it had something to do with the Witches of Izalith and chaos and light and life and the fire of life, and the bonfires are symbols of fire and the fire of life, but also it can go out of control and create demons and monsters, and trees are involved in some way. But it's pretty cool. Now, you can actually come back to this boss room whenever you feel like it and refight the Lois Knights, and I believe the good Lois Knights will still accompany you down there to go kill them if you want to farm their armor or just farm souls. You can get, over 10,000 souls by defeating several of these guys right through. So it's probably a good area to come farm, especially since it's so close to a bonfire. And you also can go down there to farm Lois souls, and I attempted to do this off-screen before I started the recording, and I tried really hard to get as many Lois souls as possible, but I tried for over an hour and I only got 10, I think. And I think I got the 11th when we were fighting him down there. And that is crazy, because you need, I believe, 50 Lois souls if you want the Queenie lady up there to give you her soul, which you can then use to make an item. Because the ice over here, will gradually break off with every 10 souls you bring. And I think it is 50 that you need to bring over there. I'm not actually going to, but however, if you don't want to do that, you can just shoot an arrow up there a couple times and kill her. But I'm actually not going to do that. I think I may come back later and try to farm them, just in case. So I may be coming back to this place in another episode, but let's talk to her now that we have defeated the king.
You've granted my one wish. Now, I have no regrets. I was born amidst the dark. Long ago, in the depths of the abyss, my father perished. The dark shattered into tiny pieces, one of which was me. How frightened I was. A frail thing, born from but a splinter of dark. I felt that I might simply disappear. I am, in fact, the incarnation of my father's fears. I saw that the king of this land was strong. I sought him only to sustain myself, to smother my fears. Now, I realize that he may have known all along. I was born of fear, and my Lord provided comfort. And so, here I remain, heiress to my Lord's wishes, watching over chaos. Until the end of time. The Knights of
So
Elysium,
yeah,
I
that
pray.
was kind of a peculiar thing that she said there. She is, and it's finally revealed now what exactly these queens are in all of the DLC, and Nishandra, of course, and Drenlaic, that they were born of their father's fears. Well, their father, she reveals here, is actually Manus, something that was hinted at before, but I don't think it was directly stated. But here they're pretty much just saying it, that her father was Manus. Manus is the primeval human, and this primeval human was the progenitor of all of humanity, and essentially the creator, or at least the overlord of the dark, the concept of the dark and darkness, and of course of the dark soul that the series gets its name from. And when we defeated Manus in the original game, it seems that he somehow, not exactly sure what they were saying, he splintered into different parts, and all of those parts became somehow, I mean, they turned female. I mean, they refer to Manus as he, so it seemed to be pretty clear that he's a male. He gave the vibe of being a male, too. But I don't know why they splintered and how long it was that these splinters took to reform into living creatures, and why they became feminine. I mean, Manus never gave off any hint of any femininity. I mean, why they turned female is a little unclear. And why in the world, I mean, what exactly they were doing. I mean, why were they drawn to the most powerful forces, presumably of humanity? I mean, I guess Vendrick is gigantic, but I assume that he was human, and maybe grew large over time because of his access to a variety of souls. So, I'm really not certain what caused that. I know we're going to need some more of those Dark Souls lore masters to figure out an explanation of that. I'm not sure exactly what Vadi Vidya said about it. I don't remember. But it seems that the queens are remnants of dark, of Manus, of the power of the dark. And that is very, very interesting, that they are, that this is what happened after the father of humanity died. And they also said that she was afraid. Were all of them presumably afraid? They're all referred to, especially Nishandra, the most powerful of them theoretically, as being frail and weak and soft and needing some sort of comfort. And why did they seek comfort in these very powerful men with their powerful souls? Weren't they supposed to be opposed to that in a way? Because they were sort of the agents, the regression, the pullback from the yearning for life and the power and light of life as agents of dark. But who really knows? We don't even know very much about Manus and his relationship to Gwyn exactly. And why he was dead at the bottom of Ulasia when, because everyone else didn't die. They went off to do their own little thing, and Gwyn was happy with it. But why did Manus not pass away? Or why did Manus pass away when everybody else seemed to survive that initial fight with the dragons in DS1? But anyway, let's talk to King Vendrick.
Seeker of fire, coveter of the throne. I am Vendrick, ruler of Drang Lake. Seeker. The more flame you covet. Flame, oh, flame. Seeker of fire, I see you've subdued another foul creature. One of the father of the Abyss spawn. That confounded quintessence of humanity. The Abyss once had form, but then dissipated. And yet, traces of its existence endured. Each fragment, thirsting for power, spread dark with no relent. My dear Chandra was one such fragment. A feeble, tiny thing that thirsted for power more than any other. Driven by insatiable lust for a worthy vessel. One day, fire will fade, and dark will become a curse. Men will be free from death, left to wander eternally. Dark will again be ours, and in our true shape, we can bury the false legends of yore. Only, is this our only choice? Seeker of fire, coveter of the throne. Seek strength. The rest will follow.
So that was pretty fascinating. There was also a little hint there where he says, is this our only choice, that Aldia will expand upon later when we go and kill him. We are pretty much, with some rare exceptions, done with the game now. There's probably only going to be a couple episodes left of this playthrough, and in the next episode I'm probably going to be trying to take out the Dark Lurker. And that may be just a montage of death sequences. I have given myself a bit of faith, so I can try to use lightning against her. She's very weak against lightning. And I heard that under very rare occasions, I think this may be only the only one, those resistance rings that give you resistance against dark and fire and so forth, may in fact be useful. I'm a little skeptical about that, but I may give that a shot. I'm also going to be going around and maybe trying to find some things that I did not necessarily find on my original way through. Just a few little clearing up a few minor points here and there. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. In fact, I think I'm going to end this episode by showing you something that I completely forgot about until, until a couple hours ago. In The Lost Bastille by Strade's Cell. I'm also going to try to get Strade's equipment by trading him some things. He will give you his cool-looking equipment if I believe you trade four soul trades with him, so that's perfectly within reason for even very early in the game for you to get his equipment. And it is really cool mage equipment. So, going as one of the mage characters, that's fine. Whoa! Ah! Opa! There we go.
Well, this is a very unusual... Pyromancy was created by the ancient witch of fire. She harnessed the power of flame and melded it into pyromancy. The witch led her daughters into war against the old ones. But legends are legends. What are you prepared to believe? So, how long was I sat petrified? Long enough for the old kingdom to have crumbled, I see. Why didn't anyone wake me sooner?
Because you're a dick, Strade. That's why nobody woke you.
Drang is very...
Okay, just a little bit more stuff here. There's that toxic... You know, I got toxic mist. I might as well. There's no really other use for that soul there. Acid Surge, I just don't like the idea of 45,000 souls for Outcry. Multiple Dark Flames. I think Outcry is like a dark version of Firestorm or something. I mean, it says Pyromancy, so it can't be dark, can it?
Cursed one, take these.
I'm not going to put these on because I think...
Put them on, and please, stop being so weak. Feeble cursed one. Let's hope the magnificence of my spells does not deter you.
Oh, Strade, you are a laugh. And I'm not going to put his stuff on, because you can see Strade's stuff pretty clearly there. He is using the Staff of Wisdom, by the way. I also didn't show you in the last episode. I think we got another staff called... Where are you? Azal's Staff. And you'll notice here, S ranking with magic, that's nice. Look at this over here. Cast speed 30? That sounds pretty low. I'm not, yeah. See? Cast speed 120 on the Lightning Priest Chime. Take a look at the durability. 4 durability? Maybe if you got lucky you could use that 4 times, but I don't know about that. It actually looks like a crummier version of Olenford's staff. I mean, the look is okay, I guess, but ugh, that's weird stats with the cast speed so tiny and the durability almost non-existent. Let's see what's in here. Firebomb and Petrified Dragon Bone. That's very useful to get that Petrified Dragon Bone in there. And let me just show you. I don't believe I showed you these weapons when I got them last time. From Chancellor Veliger. The Espada Ropera. And the Royal Dirk. Presumably these are meant to be dual-wielded, but I cannot power stance them. The Espada Ropera is a really cool thrusting weapon that allows you to do this. The right trigger attack the R2, instead of a strong attack, it actually is a parry animation. So you can parry even with the right hand. With the theory being that you can parry even when you are power stancing weapons. And the Royal Dirk is actually a pretty cool dagger-like weapon too. I think it has good scale. I think both of them have excellent. Yeah, A with Dex, B with Dex, probably gets up to an A. These are great for Dex builds, especially if you want to go for more of an early Renaissance build with that with the thrusting weapon there. Well, the next episode is probably going to be a heck of a lot of agony of me trying to fight the the Dark Lurker. But until then,